Unease, apprehension, fear, dread. All things that we as humans should avoid. Yet online, sometimes we seek it. The internet is filled with content, some funny, some boring, some terror-inducing. In this series we will be delving into the pits of the latter. This is Nightmare Fuel. Grave robbing, the desecration of a human body laid to rest. In this video, Grave Robbing for Morons, Anthony takes you through how to steal a body, how to clean a body, how to sell a body, and also how to get rid of any witnesses.
It'll pull off, it'll make a disgusting sound. Coffin itself, it's very, it's hard to find, okay, and it's very, so you can lose it real fast, all right? So when you find it, okay, the jaw is usually like that. I'm around this shape, okay? It's like that, okay. So when the body decomposes, it's like long like that, okay? It all rots out in a flat line, almost, so you can't see it, okay? See the top usually has teeth, but the bottom is sometimes hard to find. You might have to do some fixtures, okay, and put spring on the sides. That way, you know, it'll open it up. All right, and shut for show. But after a while, you take some screws and everything. You make a hole here and in the jaw. You put the spring, and then it's fine. It's just like that. It's what you do. Or it's when you first open them up. All right. Do not grab it here. All right. Don't grab it by the teeth like that. All right. You grab it by the eyes or the nose. You pull it out. Put your finger all the way in. There is nothing there that will hurt you at all. All right, you have to make sure of that. There's nothing that can hurt you. Do not be afraid. Pull it out like that. Do not pull it by the teeth, or else it'll break out like that, and you will have holes. So it's like a waste of time. Okay, so you grab it like that, and pull it forward, or so you'll have the backbone like this, all right, and you'll have ribs. Now the shirt usually turns hard, all right, so you have to break off the shirt, and you have to rip it back. Now, see, as you can see, the bone is very thin, so that's why these popped out very, very easily. I can almost pop them in, but I can't pop them in quite right. Why? Because the gum was about this far, so that's why you can't push them all the way in, because that's how far it went when they were alive. Okay, now see, as you can see, these are the nostrils. Okay, for this you're gonna have to take something, push it in, wrap around thin cloth or something, push it in so that we could get that real clean. On the inside, see, on the inside, if you don't want to make a cut around here, so you have to take something real thin and push it around, make sure it's all clean. All right, see, so remember you have a very small hole. All right, so you make a cut around here, so you can make sure that the inside is all clean. But I mean, it won't look that nice afterwards. Put your finger in there if you have to and get it as clean as possible. All right, so that way you don't have to make a cut, and you know, it's much better. If you want to afterwards, you could set it down, put a black candle on the top and let it bleed down. Let the candle wax fall, and it looks nice. Okay, so what you do, if you want, you can try diluted bleach on it. Okay, you dip it in there for a few seconds. All right, so wash it off. All right, then afterwards you dip it back in, wash it off. Make sure the bone does not get that soft with water, or else after a while this will be very fragile, right? And if you say you topple it over, it will break on you. Do not paint it at all. Do not paint this at all, because it will ruin the whole thing, because it is hell to get the paint in here and get it right, because you want to see the cracks like this. There's a crack, so you want to see everything so that way it looks real. Okay, you want to see every little crack around the sides, right? You want to know that it's real, okay? So that way you know it's authentic and it looks nice, like that. It looks much better when it's real, okay? If it's fake, see, if it's fake, you will know when it's fake, okay? See, around the nose, it's never perfect, right? Everybody has their own different thing. Around here, it's always somehow cracked in a way, okay? Around here, you will see cracks. If you don't see cracks around here, not cracks out, just cracks around here, see, after it's washed, then you know it's fake, okay? You should see some around here, cracks that can peel out like this. All right, like that. It's like flaky. That way you know it's real, okay? Around the sides you will see every little detail on a real skull, but there is no way you can actually duplicate that in real life. There is no actual way you can really do it. Okay, see this? Just like that. That's hair. Right, that's hair left over. This is the hair afterwards. This person had very short hair, as you can see. It's like flaky. It flakes off real fast. This right here is my blood, so don't fake that. You know, for blood of the person. All right, because they have no blood. All right, this is their blood. It's nothing. It's just brownish. So leave it in your, on your roof or something, okay? But all right. So it's like in the summertime or something, when there's a lot of sun, it's real hot, and at the wall, this will get all white. It look beautiful. Everything, you can put it anywhere. So you put it on the wall. Find a way to fix this on. It'll look great. And if you also get the leg bones, it'll look even better like this. With both of them on it. Like that. It'll look beautiful. Alright, so what you first have to do, alright, so this is cloth. You have to peel back the cloth, which is very hard. So as you can see, this is very hard to rip. Alright, say this was hard. Alright, it would be very hard. You have to find a knife and you have to make a slice, okay? You peel it back like that. Okay, and you will find the ends of the bones. You will not see the rest of it. Or you will only see this part. Right, you only see the ball of the bone. Right, so you grab the ball, you drag it forward, and it'll pop out like nothing. And that's how you have that. All right, if you want fingers, do not move anything. Don't move nothing at all, or else you will not find them. All right, because once you've mixed up all the bones, you won't see which ones are fingers or which ones are toes. It's very hard. So what you do is, before you even move this part, all right, you find the hands, all right, you take out the fingers, because those are small. They're very small. They're in parts, all right. If you rip off this part, you will leave the rest, and this part, and this part, and this part. All right, so if you want this part, all right, you have to take that out first. So look for dates that are over 60 years old. If you find something over 60 years old, this is what you will get, or maybe even a bit better. Now, if you find something over 60 years old, you are in good luck. All right, see, so that way you don't have to wash off much. You wet it, and the rest will fall off. Now, if you find something more new, you have to rub it and rub it and rub it, or you gotta wash off all the blood.
Yo, check it out. If they get something new, you have to bring some kind of tool, man, because to get the head off, like, this is so old that you can just pull the head off. Something with skin on it still, man, you have to rip that shit apart. You have to fucking get
bring
like, a hatchet or something.
Yeah, if you want to and everything, you could bring a knife. Most likely, alright, if you want to, you could grab it, exactly like I said, by the eyes. Okay, there's gonna be eyeballs still. That's why you wear gloves. Don't think of it as a prop, as if it was from a monster movie, just something fake. Alright, the eyeball sockets don't fit that well, okay, but when it's old, you can really push them in. Put your fingers, lock them around like that, pull the head back like that, okay? Pull it back like that. It should loosen up from the spinal cords, that way you don't mess up this part and everything, ripping it off, okay? Pull it back, okay? And afterwards, you could bring a knife, cut open the neck, and just rip off the rest. Just grab it like that from the jaw and rip off the rest, and it should pop out if it's new. It's going to smell. It might feel a little moldy. Don't think about it. Think of it as a prop. This one has almost no brains. Let me see. Right, there's a piece of the brains. Let's see. Right, there's another piece of brains. If I had something wet here, I would wet them up and let you see how the brains look afterwards. Okay. If you find something more new, you might find it in a chunk. Right? And if you shake it, it won't sound crisp like this. All right, sounds very crisp. Now, some of them might sound a little more fleshy-like, all right? It won't be fleshy, but it'll be soft. Make sure there's no witnesses. When you leave, always bring it back. If you leave witnesses, sometimes you might like doing these things and everything at the wall. Somebody might see them and say, that was him, that was him, that was him. Never let anybody point you out, right? Because if you get pointed out, it's very easy, all right? So let's say you robbed there are 5 graves, all right? All right, for the first one, you might be able, you might get caught, all right? But if there's witnesses for the rest of them, you will get caught too. Why? Because they're gonna blame you for it, all right? Because they caught you for this one, that means you most likely did the rest of them, and the judge will say it was you. Never leave witnesses. If you have to knock them out so that way they think it's a dream. It's best not to kill, but if it's necessary, do it.
The scariest thing about growing up is realizing that the monster under your bed doesn't exist. The actual monsters look just like you. This next set of footage is known as the Leonard Lake tapes. Leonard and his friend kidnapped, enslaved, sexually assaulted, and murdered many women. They filmed what they did.
If you go along with this, cooperate with us, we'll be as nice as we can to you within the limits of keeping you prisoner. If you don't go along with this, we'll probably take you into the bed, tie you down, rape you, shoot you, and bury you. So, my lady, time's up. Make your choice.
But I want to be available.
That's all we wanted to hear. While you're here, we'll keep you busy. You'll wash for us, you'll clean for us, cook for us, you'll cook for us. That's your choice in a nutshell. It's not much of a choice, unless you've got a death wish.
Yeah, I don't check. You let us know?
Probably not.
Why are you doing this?
Because we hate you. Your baby is going to be taken away. Excuse me.
I'm going to be taken away.
There's a family down in Fresno that doesn't have a baby.
You're not taking my baby.
Son and his baby's dead, right?
I mean, they got one now. That's my baby.
What this poor lady didn't realise was that her baby and her partner who were kidnapped with her had both been killed by Leonard and Charles.
Her baby is sound asleep, like a rock. We don't like you. Would I like me to put it in writing? Good evening. It's a Sunday in October. 22nd, 23rd, something like that. Very close to my 38th birthday. And I'm starting this tape without script or without any real organization of what I want to say. But I do feel I need to explain. This tape, what you're hearing now, is going to be the lead-in of the various phases of construction of a building, which hopefully will be the first of a series of underground buildings. The main emphasis of the building, the whole justification for its expense and its effort, will be a hidden portion of it, a secret room, if we can call it that, that will house a cell. This is the word that I've used in my discussions of this subject. A jail cell, if you will. And the purpose of that cell, and the main purpose, hence, of the building, will be the imprisonment of a young lady who probably at this moment is unknown to me. For anyone that is interested, anyone who needs my justifications and my rationalizations as to why I would want to imprison and in fact enslave a young woman, they have only to look closely at me. I'm a realist. I'm 38 years old, a bit chubby, not much hair, and losing what I have. Not particularly attracted to women, or I should say, particularly attracting to women. And all of the traditional magnets, the money, the position / power, I don't have. And yet, I'm still very sexually active, and I'm still very much attracted to a particular type of woman who almost by definition, is totally uninterested in me. Dirty old man, pervert, I'm attracted to young women. Sometimes even as young as 12, although, to be fair, certainly 18 to 22 is a pretty much ideal range as far as my interests go. But there's more to it than that. I'm afraid a bottom line statement is the simple fact that I'm a sexist slob. I enjoy using women. I certainly enjoy sex. I certainly enjoy the dominance of climbing on a woman and using her body. What I want is an off-the-shelf sex partner. And when I'm tired or satiated or bored or not interested, I simply want to put her away, lock her up in a little room, get her out of my sight, out of my life. Such an arrangement, of course, is not only blatantly sexist, but highly illegal, there's no doubt about it. It violates all of the human rights and blah, 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 blah. It's very attractive. It's something that I fantasize daily about. It will be interesting to see how far this tape and I actually go.
The official victim count is 11. However, it is believed to be up to 25 men, women and children. Charles is on death row. Leonard is dead after taking the coward's way out and popping 2 cyanide pills in his mouth when being questioned by police. So as we've seen today, the internet is filled with many dark things. But I'm not finished with you just yet. Lastly, we have blankroomsoup.avi with one of the most horrifying theories I think I've ever heard, but we'll save that for after the clip. The theory is that the 2 men in the costumes killed this man's wife and child, cut them up and put them into a soup for this man to consume. This has been Nightmare Fuel. I hope you enjoyed.